Hi, my name is Ronia and I'm an internal auditor in the financial services industry, more specifically banking. So I started my career over 14 years ago as a staff internal auditor. I was actually recommended by one of my professors in undergrad. So one of the first pieces of advice that I want to give you is to always network and build relationships. One of the first places or opportunities you get to do that is in college. Take advantage of the resources there, your professors, the dean of your school there, all the professional organizations that you can join, because you never know where those relationships will lead you. So my background is in accounting, and I do hold a CPA license, certified public accounting, but I do want to make a note here that it's not always required that you have to have this background to get into internal auditing. Sometimes having subject matter expertise relevant to the industry that you're in is just as valuable as having the academic background. Now, most internal audit positions will require that you eventually do sit for some of those relevant licenses. There's the CIA, which is a certified internal auditor. There's also some IT certifications and licenses out there if you are more interested in the technology side of auditing. And if you're not familiar with what internal auditing is, without getting too technical, it's basically going into a company and giving an independent assessment or evaluation of how well that company is achieving its business objectives and goals. You are looking at all the business processes, policy, and procedures that that company has in place in order for it to achieve those company goals and objectives. You are also looking at the internal controls that are built into those policies and procedures to make sure all the risks are mitigated that could keep that company from reaching its goals and objectives. You're almost working as an in-house consultant or advisor to your executive management, senior management, and line of business managers. Many times internal audit will have a seat at the table when it comes to coming out with new strategic initiatives for the company, or maybe introducing new products and services, because managers want to make sure that they've addressed all of the risks that could be out there and they're being the most efficient and effective with the new business processes, policies, and procedures that they would be implementing related to those new products or services or initiatives. What I most enjoy about being an internal auditor is the fact that you get to see the inner workings of a company. You get to see all the little pieces, how they fit together to make a company run. And to me, that is so interesting and so cool. Another thing that I love is I'm a naturally social person, and through auditing all the various departments in my company, I get to build relationships with so many people, so many line of business managers and executives. That also goes along with networking and building relationships, because you never know, again, where those relationships will lead you. Another cool thing about just being an internal audit position in general is that you get exposed to all the different departments in a company. So if you don't see yourself, as an internal auditor for the rest of your life, you have the potential to see where you might want to be in that company. And it also works vice versa. The internal audit team has maybe a gap in a certain subject matter, and within the company, you have worked your way up and you have subject matter expertise in that area. You might get an opportunity to jump over and be an internal auditor because you have that valuable subject matter expertise. Depending on how small or large your internal audit department is at your company, there's definitely room for growth. You can start off like I did as a staff internal auditor. Now I'm a vice president senior on my team, but through years of experience, certifications, you can move up. There's always roles for team leads, group managers, all the way to chief audit executive, which leads an internal audit department. If you're interested in learning more about a career in internal auditing, definitely check out the website, theiia.org. The IIA is the Institute of Internal Auditors, and that website has a ton of information for you to sift through. Also, don't forget to give Corporate Minority a follow. Also a great resource for insight into various corporate career paths. Thank you for watching.